Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new show, NUFC Talk TV live here, ladies and gents. Hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, become a member if you can. I see Roy already, Roy Trovag from Norway already in the chat. Lewis Newcastle fan, of course. Come on, City is the word of the phrase of the word of the day. You can say we want them to win, of course. This is a must win for City. We're gonna be doing punditry on
Oh, yeah,
City on the Newcastle channel. That's
absolutely.
unbelievable. But welcome to Mighty Winner first as well, and Gary in the conversation, of course. Um, well, I mean, I guess we can do a build up. By the way, we're going to have the live match watch along on the channel that is linked in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. So if you haven't already, subscribe to that one. And I believe, yeah, it'll take you to the channel. And of course, you'll see us do the live watch along there. It's a neutral channel, kind of sister channel of this one. And we're going to be probably covering the English squad, the USA squad, kind of having fun, talking, relaxing a little bit because with Newcastle, we're just tensed up. You know, we're all about the team, debating and all that stuff. But with this channel, we're just gonna try to cover, everything Premier League and all that when we have time, of course, because the main thing is this channel. The main channel is this one. But I mean, folks, City, Man U playing at in London over in I forgot the name. This
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley
Any
Stadium. Damn it.
stadium.
Sorry. It just listen, man. I haven't slept since 2 in the morning. But playing at Wembley, and of course, another FA Cup that they already met these two before. City won, and most people believe that City will win this one. However, football is still, you got to play it. You got to play. You got to play the game. 90 minutes to play and some change. So I wouldn't hold my breath, but hopefully City will come on to this one. But I mean, what are you guys' thoughts, Gary? Let me start with you. Uh, Hopefully they do us a favor, don't they?
Well, but if you read into everything that's just been happening over the last 24, 48 hours, behind the scenes at Man United just sounds completely like a shitstorm, to be fair. Representatives already talking to McKenna about the Ten Hag's position, and a lot of Mancs are up in arms. Um, thinking that how they could do stuff like this before a cup final. Whether it's true or not, whether it is Ten Hag's last game, I mean, it's up for debate. But there's a lot of seniors uh, out there on other channels that believe that's fact. And I mean, they've gone with a similar lineup as they did against us. With no actual named centre forward. With Bruno Fernandes up front. So obviously they're looking at changing that system where McTominay will go long, looking for the long ball over the top to knock down for the lads Garnacho and Rashford coming in from the width. So very similar setup to us as they played against us, and obviously, unfortunately to us on the day, it worked against us in the league. Um, but when you look at the strength of Man City, to be fair, not only what they've got on the park. I mean, to me, Rodri's probably the best midfielder I've seen for many a year. The way he dominates the midfield, the way he controls the tempo of the game, very much comes through him with Man City. And to me, at this present moment in time, pound for pound, I think they've probably got one of, if not the best English player we have at the moment in Foden. I think he is a very, very good prospect for the future. I think he can, if not already, be a Calendar player because he's up there with the best at the moment. Yes, he hasn't got the skill, but for somebody who can produce what he produces, play in them really nice holes, them pockets, and create the opposition so much problems. Um, they've just got quality in abundance. Now it sounds very much like they're going to lose a few players this season, so it'll be interesting to see what they're like next year. Kevin De Bruyne is looking like it's his last season. He's looking to go elsewhere. I think Saudi clubs are penning him in. Whether they get him or not is a different thing. But again, You even look at the bench. Their bench is probably as strong to compete for a top 6 position in the Premiership as it stands, and they're just sitting out and having a bit of a sunshiny day. But I mean, there's quality all the way through there, and you've only got to look at where we are. It's going to take us some years to get anywhere near that.
Right.
Beauty of thing is a lot of their players are getting old, and they're going to have to move them on, and it's
Yeah.
how they replace them. If they've got the quality, coming through from the juniors, which we haven't got, and obviously that was visible to everybody that watched the match yesterday. It is what it is. We've got a long way to go, but I do think City have got far too much in the coffers to. Well, I think that for my opinion, it's a 3-0 today to City.
Ooh, Mighty Win. Well, you've been talking about the football gods, and you're old enough to know God. So, and I agree with you, man. You
You,
can't poke the bear.
you, you, you caught me unawares. I thought we're starting at 2:30, so I haven't done the
No, man.
research that I was planning. But
We're doing
am I right? Am I
the
right
plan,
in
just
saying
quickly for the folks coming in, just quickly, the plan is doing a 45-minute build up, and then we're going to jump onto the channel that is pinned in the chat, our second channel, and we're going to be doing the live watch along there. So join us there. On.
right? I can't. I haven't done my research. So, is this the first time? Certainly, it's the first time in the modern era that I can remember where the same two teams have competed in consecutive years.
Yes, it is.
It
Right.
is, right.
It is.
I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it happened, in the
Pre-war,
1800s.
I think it was. Yeah, I think pre-war was the last one where there was 2 years back.
I thought it was even before. I thought it was somebody like Wanderers in Oxford University or Wanderers in
Oh, right.
Royal Engineers or Old Etonians who used to win it back then.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Win. It could be, mate. Again, I'm only hazarding a guess. I know
So
it's definitely pre-war.
I haven't done anything because, to be honest, as is normally the case these days, the FA Cup having totally lost the magic it once had. Once
Absolutely.
Newcastle get knocked out the FA Cup, I haven't
You lose
really got
interest.
any interest in it.
Yeah.
But when I start, it just crossed my mind that hang on, this was the same as last year. Has that ever happened before?
Right.
Here's a question for the chat. When Newcastle played Man United in the FA Cup final, it had never happened before we played them, and it's never happened since we played them. But what was special about that cup final? It's never happened before. It never happened since. It could happen again. There's nothing to stop it happening again. But what happened when we played Man United? There's the one to keep you going for a little while.
Oh my days.
I think 99, I think it was, wasn't it? Newcastle Man U. Yeah.
Newcastle Man U was 99, yeah. Because 98 was it? 98 was Arsenal.
98
No.
Arsenal. 99.
Is that right? Or it might be like 97, 98. Because I always have 97.
98 Arsenal, 99 Man U.
Okay. Well, the commenters are getting up. I want to keep the chat involved, of course. So shout out to all of you guys out there. Mason, our beloved Mason, is saying no striker again for Man United. We got the lineups here that we can go through in a minute. Of course, Lewis Newcastle fan says, "Come on, City." Troll says, "Hello, everyone." Steven says, "Steven in UFC. What are the odds Man City destroy Man U and lose 1-0? It will be just our luck." Well, I mean,
that's the football gods. I'm telling you, don't poke them.
It can happen. The thing is, people. I mean, look, when you look at this objectively, and of course, we're going to be doing a lot of that on the second channel. Because if not, what's the point? We just stay on this one. But when you look at it objectively, obviously, Man U are a poor ran team. However, they got talent that can win you a game in any moment and given time. some of these players get a lot of a lot of slack from fans, but Bruno Fernandes one of them. He shouldn't be captain of this team. Let's be honest. He's no captain. However, he's got a lot of talent, and once he pulls the trigger from somewhere, it's a danger. And just imagine if they can hold on to the 80th, 90th minute, and I mean, it's very much possible. Now, listen, Man City comes on, and we're talking rubbish, and then they just score 3 goals in a row. It's over. Well, then obviously, what people projected to happen is happening. But I just wouldn't put it past Man U to get the game, in some way, like what Steven is saying. Um,
The
so
magic of the FA Cup.
It is
the
indeed.
FA Cup, yeah, the FA Cup can
I
definitely
mean, look at
do
Coventry.
stuff like that.
In the
Yeah.
semi-final, that
I
was
mean,
amazing.
even
That
though,
was one of the best games
because
this year, I thought.
right, because I know that again, when we get into the banter, we hate Man U. We want them to lose. Uh, I would hope most importantly we want him to lose because we want to qualify for Europe. I've been seeing a lot of fans celebrating that we finished above them. I think it's a cool stat. I think it's something there, but celebrating that to me is poor by fans. Um, because
It
we're
never
bigger than
happens, mate. That's why.
we're bigger than that. We're bigger than that. We need to look for other things to celebrate. And essentially this season there's nothing to celebrate. Maybe getting to Europe is it's a positive. It's obviously a good thing, and that's what we're hoping for. But we know here. I mean, if we really look at each other in the eye, we know the Man U are a better team than Coventry. But football is football, right? Now, if we're gonna sit in here and say, well, Coventry is a better team because they bit we're not really speaking the truth. Do we agree on that? I mean,
Well, I totally agree, matey. But it was a tale of two halves, and this is what I keep
yeah,
saying about momentum. Man United won the first half 3-0, and they took Coventry apart. But unfortunately, the second half they had the mindset of, all we've got to do now is see out 45 minutes, and they literally went off the pace, and you could see that Coventry come at them, and yes, it was a lucky goal to get them going, but that's all they needed. And United really struggled. And if you think about it, a very dubious offside, they could have lost in
Yeah.
extra time with that offside goal because I mean, literally, it was a toenail um, where they had judged him offside. And I think from that aspect, I keep on talking about mentality of the game. Oh, excuse
um,
me, my dog is going to go mad.
no,
I'm gonna put you on mute for a second.
yeah, no worry. Bruno's magic hat here is coming at me saying, "You obviously don't understand football rivalry." I come from Boca Juniors, River Plate, so I think I know a little bit about that, where people get killed over football. So a rivalry, I understand. Um, do I want Man U to win anything? No, I don't. But I think celebrating finishing above Man U. Um, yeah, I'm not. Um, I mean, I think you can post it on your socials, do whatever you want, and I guess everybody can do whatever they want anyway. It's not up to me or you to decide people's actions. But my bigger, and I think Steve Wraith was saying it earlier today, also on his show, that we got bigger stuff to do. We got bigger fish to fry and bigger objectives. If that's going to be our trophy, then I think we're in the wrong. We're in the wrong boat. So, but he's also saying that if you're saying it's wrong to celebrate finishing above Man U, I don't understand football rivalry. Yeah, I mean, I just don't agree with you, but that's absolutely fine. Um, and Trolls is saying as well, I will celebrate every time we win or get a position over Man U every time. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion and the way they want to live football. All right, so the lineups real quick. Man, you are going with Onana, Amrabat, Martinez, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Garnacho, Varane, Dalot, Wen-Bissaka, Kobe Manu, and McTominay up front. Um, well, not up front, but I don't know. You just never know with Ten Hag. I guess I have to look at it. I look at SofaScore and see how they might have placed them on there. Man City going with Ortega, Walker as captain, Stones, Ake, Guardiola, Rodrigo, Kovacic, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Foden, and Haaland. Um, so
Bit
I
of a
mean,
lineup.
that's a quite a bit. Now Ortega, he is their cup goalkeeper. I don't think Ederson is hurt, if unless I'm wrong. But I mean,
No,
that's one.
Emerson's hurt.
Is he? Okay,
Oh,
so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
might
He
miss
yeah.
it.
He's
fractured
been out for a
cheekbone.
few weeks
Oh
now, hasn't
wow, yeah. So, but one good thing I always say every time I see this Man U lineup, and I think that one thing that we didn't do when we played them is exploit the Onana weaknesses, which is a lot. Um, he is not a secure goalkeeper whatsoever, and I think that constantly trying him shooting is gonna it is something that City must do, and that he tries to dribble past 10 forwards before passing the ball. So you need to exploit that. But what do you guys think of the lineup right there that I just mentioned for both teams?
I think Onana,
it.
for starters, the one thing he is good at is saves. So peppering him. The one thing he's poor at is crosses, coming by crosses and dominating his area with his feet. He's pretty good with his feet, but in the air, aerially, he's very poor. So I
Yeah,
don't think peppering him with
but
shots is too much of an idea.
he's a goalkeeper that I just can't trust because you're saying saves, but throughout the season, man, you'll shoot at anything at him at some points during the season, and he'll just screw it up some way or another. We've seen it, especially in the Champions League, which is kind of he's just a weird guy, man. I never understood the hype. But what do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I mean, he was bought in for his distribution, um, and I do listen to a couple of the Manchester boys on social media, especially recently with all the upheaval about what's going on with Mr. Ashworth, trying to find out, if they've heard anything, and even they're still disillusioned with the lad. They're still not 100% happy with what he's done this year. There's some goals that they reckon they've conceded that shouldn't have been obviously conceded. It was an easier save. I know the one lad said it was easier to save the ball than not to. Um, but you can't fault his distribution. I mean, he's very strong. We witnessed that when we played against them at Old Trafford not so long back. He does pinpoint the player out quite well with his feet. And I agree with Winnie. He's very dodgy on crosses, and I think if you're going to go anywhere, I think Manchester City, if they can get the ball into the right areas today, can cause them all types of trouble.
Yeah. Welcome everybody in the chat, by the way. Yeah, I think City is got obviously a stronger team, just a better team. But I've seen Pep have good teams, and I've also seen him, very very sad and upset at the end, grabbing his head. He always grabs his head. They still have to get the job done, man. It's not going to be as easy as people think. I don't think. But all right. Well, the lineups, the way forming, I see. I mean, obviously, we won't know until we see the players on the pitch. But what I'm seeing City playing is a 4-2-3-1. I love that formation, by the way. It's simple and very effective. And Man U,
Yeah.
4-2-2-2. Rashford back on the pitch, by the way, which he was left off.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, the trust back with Rashford. Garnacho, a lot of hype with this Argentinian kid, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess at some point he's been Man U's only hope at times. So I don't see really the hype yet on Kobe Mino. I think he'll be a good midfielder, but definitely not good enough to be called for the English squad. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I like Mainu. I really do like him. I think he's
Yeah.
a controlling figure. He's got a very similar fit to Manchester as Miley had with us. He's got good balance. He's got technical ability. You got to think of the age of the lad as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I
I
mean,
was in awe.
if
Go
you're
on.
talking about going to the English squad, I think
No, no, no.
Lewis Miley has done more than Minu.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure whether he should have been elevated to the senior squad so quickly. I don't know whether that literally is just for experience. You've got to understand this is
Just
obviously a
because
bigger
he's Man
squad.
U.
Yeah, that's probably
Oh,
it. Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
But
people
having
always
said
say
that, having said that, he's right at this moment in time, he's better than Miley. You know, you've got
no,
to admit that.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Miley
is.
has done more than Minu has all season.
No, he hasn't.
Oh well, okay, yeah, we just disagree then. I mean, I
No,
don't.
no. I mean, I think, like I said, Miley is a great player, and I mean, I had the pleasure of watching another very young English international now that plays for Real Madrid,
Bellingham.
and I saw him at the age of 17. And I'll tell you something now. You could put like Wynn's expression, you could put a cigarette paper between the two of them. If Miley continues to develop the way he's developing, we have a future captain on our hands because
Of
I think
course.
he's going to be that good. At the minute,
Yeah.
he's still 2 years younger than this guy from Manchester United. But I do think he has the ability to be as good, if not better, in a year or two side. I just think when you look at the way these guys come in, when they put them into the side, now Miley's was forced into the team because of obviously the issues that we had,
Yeah.
but he hit
Yeah.
the floor running. Yeah,
Right.
you never thought from 1 minute to the next he was unable to keep up with the game. He got stuck in when he needed to, and that's the same with this lad. I mean, he's hit the pace running. He scores some lovely goals from midfield. Um,
He's been man of the
elevated
match
to the senior
4
side.
times for them, I think.
Times. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He has got something about him, and like I say, I know people were saying about our youngsters yesterday. Me and Wynn said about Hernies. Hernies has got a very similar stature. I just think he needs, he's got the confidence. He's a gangly, physical type of player, and you can see with the right people around him, can develop well in the future for us.
Did you say that yesterday with Miley? Apparently, in addition to his actual injury problem, he's got growing pains. So apparently, they reckon he's going to end up about 6'7".
6'6". Yeah, they reckon 6'6", don't they?
Yeah,
he's going to be a monster in the midfield.
That's right.
The
Welcome.
the medical team have put down some of his aches and pains down to growing pains.
Yeah. Welcome back, welcome back, Sofa and UFC. Thank you, and happy to see you here. And of course, trolls. We listen. If this channel is known for one thing, is that everybody's got different opinions, and so no big deal, man. Bruno says Onana is horrible. Losing the hair has hurt them. I agree with that. I think they made a big deal out of nothing, and they could have just kept the keeper. Like I don't see Onana being anywhere near better than. I mean, the hair had had his issues, but he was a sure thing. He was a sure thing. In Onana, I mean, come on, man. We see again. Football is such a fast thing where yesterday seems like a year ago. Let's look at all season for this team and Onana's performances. I mean, unbelievable stuff. You couldn't make it up, man. The stuff that he's done. He came in.
Well, when he first came in, he was atrocious.
And so on Bruno
against Wolves, shouldn't he?
Bruno's magic hat is saying Onana's shot stopping and position is amateur at best. I'm leaning towards you, man. But the mighty Wayne thinks he is
he's good
Oliver Kahn. But anyways, so we'll keep going with the chat. Beer Bike and being in the English squad adds value. That's why he's there. Troll says only thing Miley is missing is pace. He says. But he's a young big lad, so he's got to. He probably doesn't even know how to use his body right on the football pitch yet. Once he learns how to play like Patrick Vieira or Yaya Toure or one of those.
Toure is who he reminds me of.
And so he's got to learn how to use his body. He's got to get physical. He's got to get big. He's only got one option. You either get strong or you're going to be a slow poke in the midfield. You got to get strong and use that physicality, and nobody's going to steal the ball from you. As simple as Stephen NUFC says, respectfully disagree. Miley is very overrated. Yep. There it is.
Opinions.
Beer Bike and Miley Skin, Minu head to head. Is that right? On the Manu when we played them? I can't remember really. I mean, it's been. I know we beat them. We beat them like a drum. So
I
probably
remember
so.
whether he was in the side when we played them at our place.
Right. So
Ollie
probably
wasn't in
so.
the team when we played them at theirs, so I don't know.
Sorry,
I
what
mean,
was that, Joe?
only stats would tell that.
Mm.
It was Beer Viking saying Miley Skeen Mainu head to head. So I don't know what the stats are between the two of them, to be fair, without looking it up.
Let's just have a little quick.
But it's like I said, you know, it's how you see people, isn't it? How you see players. Not everybody's going to fit into everybody's squad. You know, everybody was going mad about us having Paquetá at the start, if you remember. And he's a different type of
dodged that
midfielder.
bullet, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine having that one in the squad.
I would have had a full casino, never mind a full hospital.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Which, but
Have
I
you seen
mean,
where they've
we
traced it
still
back
don't
to?
know what he did. I mean, I have no idea what he did
I mean, not
wrong.
here.
No, but
So
I know
with
I know
all
what
games,
they're trying.
Oh,
They're
spot
charging
fixing
him.
it was getting yellow cards.
in
He was
certain games, so
deliberately
there's
getting the yellow
four
card
fixtures.
when his pals
But
were
do you know
betting
where
on
they've
it,
traced it back
allegedly.
to? Yeah, they've traced it back to an island just outside of Rio de Janeiro, where he's from.
Unbelievable stuff.
So the evidence against him, unfortunately, stacked a little bit higher than norm.
You can't make it up, can you? But now, I mean,
Nope.
he's really looking at some heavy stuff, man. Heavy punishment. So I hate to be him. Such a talented, but I just keep telling
Oh,
these
he's
folks, man. And I know that the Mighty Win hates, and most people hate, um, what's this guy's name? Simon Jordan. But he hit it on he hit the whatever on the nail head, whatever the phrase is, when he said
yeah.
when he said this, you're a millionaire overnight. They're asking you to do one thing and not to do another thing. Just don't do it, man. What's the? I mean, I don't understand what's so difficult about just literally following simple rules. You know, I just do not get it, man. It's laughable at times. Um,
Did you guys know anything about this? You know, with Ashworth, about the reasons why everybody's up in arms about what's the tapping up system. Do you know what's going on behind the scenes?
no,
Apparently,
not
the reasons why NUFC are really up in arms about this is he linked his move away from Brighton, how much it cost, the way they did it, all the bits and pieces, down to the underlining of his signature. He was passing on to I can't remember the lad's name from Man City.
yeah.
Anyway,
Just quickly,
Abad.
let me get to a super chat that we got here before we get to
Barada.
Bruno's question. Jabba
Abad.
Jabba Jabba Dabba Doo. I mean, I haven't seen you in a minute in the channel, brother, unless you've been watching and not chatting. But it says, "Come on, City, help a brother out." Thank you so much for the £2 donation, mate. I appreciate that. Of course, it goes much appreciated. Really, thank you, Jabba 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 Dabba Doo. Are you a Flintstone fan? I bet you are. Bruno Magic Hat saying, does anyone agree that Dougie Friedman used Newcastle to negotiate a better deal with Palace? Well,
No.
you can assume that.
It's looking
You
that
can
way
assume that,
now,
of course. I mean, it seems that way.
and
But
nothing
I
wrong
mean,
with that.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe they just said, well, we don't want you to go, so we're going to pay you more. I mean, we'll never know. But I mean, obviously, it helped them. That's to say the
Of course
least.
he
It
did.
helped them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks that way, says Mighty Mag. Bruno
It
says
also
what?
proves what a quality lad he is to have in
Yeah,
the squad, doesn't it?
yeah. Bruno, what is it with these DOF twats at the moment? They're just glorified scouts. Yeah, I mean, it's getting hard to get one. Even, I mean, we're trying to get. Well, I don't know if we're trying, but I would like to get Maldini a shot. A lot of people don't rate him, but I'm just saying, who are there? I mean, with Paul Rich, what was it, Richie?
Well,
Paul
Paul
it's
Mitchell.
looking
Paul
more like
Mitchell.
Gary's man at the minute, isn't it? Because Gary
Yeah.
wants George Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell. Yeah, yeah.
I
Paul
believe
Mitchell.
that's right.
Yeah.
Paul Mitchell,
Yeah.
sorry.
Paul
Shout
Mitchell.
out
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
of course, Trolls as well. He just gave a membership away, my man Trolls, and it's going to Simon Rose. So Simon, enjoy your free membership, mate, and hopefully you renew. Thank you so much, Trolls, for that, mate. I appreciate that support. Always supporting My guy trolls. Richard Cardwell says, "Hey guys, I know it was a friendly, but after that performance, we need a friendly. Get rid of Deadwood players that were brought by Cabbage, Patchface, Brucey Boy, and bring some new players in." Well, but those players, the so-called Deadwood didn't really play. The youngsters played. 16, 12, 11, 10, 8-year olds played out there yesterday. So I mean, it's some of them need time. Some of them already had time, so that's why they're being released. I just felt like maybe we would have protected them a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a friendly. But
Did
it just
you
it does show. Yeah,
yeah, just going on from your episode last night, and I know everybody was upset. And I understand people getting upset and travelling for thousands of miles to watch a game, and also the cost implications. And you've also got to understand that for some people, like myself yesterday, having to get up 2 hours before the game and sort your family, some people would have had to do that before
yeah,
travelling. I understand all the implications to that, but what come to mind with me yesterday,
yeah.
why did Tottenham only ever want one game out there? What was the
Right.
idea? Why did we want to have these two games?
Well, we wanted more money. I'm
Um,
assuming we wanted more
well,
money.
yeah,
And so
exactly.
that's the thing.
But apparently, it was the Australian FA that approached us
Well,
about the game against the All Stars.
But they definitely wanted
Um,
that All-Star game,
yeah,
because it
absolutely.
happens in the US as well. Thank you so
Yeah,
much to Charles again for giving another membership away. I appreciate that, mate. They went to Richard Cardwell, so yeah, a good viewer. So there you go, Richard. You got a membership, mate. Enjoy that one, and hopefully you renew at the end of this free trial. Thank you so much, Trolls, again, man. Helps us. You're helping us a lot, mate. All right, let's go with some comments here. Key 88. Uh, I haven't seen you in a while, but hope you're well, mate. Says Miley need to learn how to use his voice first. It needs to demand more of the ball. This will come with experience and confidence, hopefully. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
totally agree.
Yeah,
maturity
he's
is
a
key
kid.
for a lot. That's right.
But the experience he's had so far is second to none. You can't write that type of experience down.
Right, yeah,
Um,
that's right.
his inclusion, so that's only going to make him grow. Now, will we see him very much in next season? I don't know. It depends on injuries and everything else. But we've got somebody now, literally, that can sit on the bench that can do something for us, which is a great. It's great to see.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. By the way, we're going to have the live watch along of the FA Cup final on the channel that is linked in the chat. Our second channel, neutral channel. So go to that one. It's called the American Mag Talks Football. That's the name that it was since 100 years ago. So we might change it at some point. I don't know, but just go subscribe to that one, and that's what we're going to have the live match watch along. So it's going to be interesting to see what this final is going to bring. Hopefully, Man City win and we go to Europe. But there is one detail that I found out today that I wasn't even really paying attention. Man City have to win in the 90 minutes, according to some folks, because if not, it's not considered whatever. I don't know, but that's what I read on Twitter. I don't
No,
know. I was just thinking. I don't know
the
if
cup
it.
winners that go into the Europa.
Right. So, but already City has a spot. That's what I saw on Twitter. But Twitter is not known for not having the truth. But I thought that was crazy anyway. But a lot of people saying it, and also posting they were posting a picture of the FA rules. So they have to, because extra time or something. I don't know if it's because you know how penalties and extra time don't count as a win. They just kind of, to me, it was mind boggling. So I don't know if that's true. So if anybody's out there, check that out, because that adds more drama to our situation. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. Beer Biking does a common business thing, negotiating based on the current market. Michael, the way Palace finished this season, they could be a team to look out for next. Yeah. I mean, certainly a mid-table team now, but they might fight for some Europe next season for sure. And next season as well, there's a possibility that even half Premier League teams can qualify for Europe if others win. So same as this one. So I mean, it could get messy next season for sure. So Newcastle have to do their due diligence when it comes to the transfer window, I would assume. Thank you so much again to Jabba Dabba Do for sending a £5 donation saying Right question. Right question. Bowen or Paqueta or Gibbs White. I'm all for Paqueta. We got Bruno for life. Bring in Paqueta. Well, Paqueta. I mean, he's got this whole situation going on, man. I don't know if you want to do that because that wouldn't be. I don't know, man. Listen, as a footballer, I'm all for it. But I mean, what if we would be the laughing stock
But I tell
of
you
the
what,
world?
though, even if all these gambling charges disappear for Paquetá, I would still rather have Boone.
Bowen?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, maybe
You
so.
know,
I mean,
that
that
we
wouldn't be.
we need a right winger. He can play right wing, centre forward, no problem.
Yeah.
We've got plenty stuff, good stuff in midfield. It's
Yeah.
it's right wing and centre forward where right wing striker we need cover.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
But then again, I'm a little bit wary of. I mean, we can't make that mistake twice. And actually, no, now we're knowing he's getting charged. So imagine buying him, and then I'm telling you, the world will be laughing at us. But Bowen is out there. He's an option. So all right, let's skip forward a little bit. Soph is saying it
So
was
hang on,
because
I've got the rules up now for
okay.
UEFA qualification. If the FA Cup winners finish in the top 5 of the Premier League, then their UAL group stage place will go to the next highest ranked team, not qualified for UEFA competitions. If the AFL Cup winners, that's Football League Cup winners, yeah, they're going to Europa, in the Conference League.
Yeah.
So
So
it definitely
it should be.
says if the FA Cup winners said nothing about extra time or
Yeah. Okay.
anything
So
like
I
that.
mean, it only makes sense that the winner, however they win it, goes for. I mean, obviously it would benefit us. But so I just read that. I don't know if that was it just looked too messy anyway. Imagine somebody had to win, regardless where. Well, yeah, it just makes no sense. Anyway, let's move on. So if NUFC says it was because Chelsea said they would play that match, but didn't know about the FA Cup at the time, as they were still in that cup at the time. Not 100% where that came from. Oh, maybe this beer bracket says no, Chris. That was BS by Sean Casey. Yeah, probably. Greetings and salutations comes from James Stasher. Welcome, mate. And everybody out there in the chat, by the way, you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for helping us out. Enjoying, this FA Cup final with you guys, all Newcastle fans. Please join us on our neutral channel. The link is pinned in the chat. We're about to go here in a few minutes to do the live watch along over there, so follow us there. If the safest way is if you hit the actually let me just send the direct link to the
And by the way, you've got there's a chat in there from Bruno's Magic Hat saying, I think Miggy is Saudi bound. Well, I've just seen a report this morning linking Miggy with Ipswich.
Ipswich, yeah.
And I think it could be a very good fit for Ipswich.
But do you think that he's going to do that though? I mean, with the
I
utmost
think he
respect,
might.
with the utmost respect to Ipswich, I think Almiron might not,
It's
see
whether his
that.
family want to stay in England, isn't it? I think a lot of it
Yeah,
is about,
which I think they
if his
do.
family feels settled, yeah.
Yeah.
If his family feels
But
settled,
don't you
then
guys
quite
think that
easy.
he would have another option than? I mean, listen, I know this sounds disrespectful to Ipswich. I'm not, but you guys are football folks. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Don't you think like a Crystal Palace would use him if Olise and Eze leave, or a team like that? I would see that first. But I mean, obviously, you have to have the thing. Jabba Dabba do, man. I guess he's hit the lotto because he keeps giving us change, man. I love it. I love it, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. Another £2 donation says I didn't know about Pocket. Yeah.
He's
Pocket. He could. I read somewhere that he could face like 10 months, or no, was it 10
life
months?
ban.
Life ban.
Some people are saying a life ban, yeah.
Yeah, that's
If
it's
he's
looking
found guilty on
serious.
all 4 charges, yeah.
It's looking serious, man, and a proper footballer too. And again, just stop, man. Just play football.
I wouldn't, I
Open
wouldn't
up
mind
your
going
little.
if he was banned until Christmas.
open up your little restaurant like all footballers do. That'll go bankrupt, but that's fine. You'll learn from that. And then, just do all that stuff. Stop betting, man. Stop doing all this stuff, trying to look like a drug lord. Betting from an island and just come on, man. You making millions. Enjoy your millions, man. Um, Anyways, let me see. Lars saying any player struggling with gamble addiction should be allowed to put in one bet per match, per match they play, and that can only be on winning. Minimum half their wages. That should give them some incentive.
I'll go along with that, Lars, me bunny lad.
Hey,
Without
let
a
me tell
doubt.
you,
That's a good one.
you touch people's wallet, and trust me, they're gonna quit that in a heart. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that about all addictions. Obviously, that's a serious thing, but you get the point, man. Most people, they don't want their wallets to be touched, man. Their billfolds. So, but
And can you remember when I put the cat among the pigeons a few months back when I said that the players should be paid £10,000 a week and £250,000 a week win bonus?
yeah.
And everybody was poo-pooing the idea. I tell you what, if I was in charge of football, that's exactly what I would do. I would say to the players, look, we're getting this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You're all on 10 grand a week, but you're all on $250,000. Say how that does for team spirit and people chivying other players up and getting them going. Fuck you, you're costing us $250,000. Yeah, man, you lazy bastard. Get it.
I bet you wouldn't see so many injured.
Yeah. Farmer saying Ipswich would be good for Miguel. Bruno saying I don't think Miguel would go to Ipswich either. So there you go. Divided opinions there.
I tell you what, he went down there, get himself a nice thatched cottage on the Norfolk Broads. He'd be absolutely, would love it down there.
Right.
And they've got a lot better weather than we've got as well.
Me and be a Viking are on the same.
When I was doing Premier League content, which I guess we're starting to do now, when this FA Cup final, one thing that we were talking about, McAllister, the Liverpool player, he went to Brighton from Argentina, and people there were like, "Come on, man, you're gonna be living in Brighton. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna be this." And people were like, "You realize Brighton is by the beach, it's by the water. It's a great place to be at. Just their team doesn't have history, but that doesn't mirror what the actual city is. So, but yeah, same thing about Ipswich. Maybe the team doesn't have, and I don't know Ipswich, to be honest. I don't know.
Well, Ipswich got a
so it might be
Bobby started off.
Yeah, it might be a great place to live in.
So Bobby was there.
Right.
Won the cup, winners' cup.
Yep, that's right. Man, you gotta tell us your name, brother. You gotta tell us your name, man. Tell me your name, because I want to call you by your name, but unfortunately I cannot read it. But you say goalkeeper, bat, good, fear players, quality, very good. Not sure what you were trying to say there, mate. If we can retype that. And Gem Stasher, I suspect some players grow up poor and are pressured by their now gangster friends for some easy money. Pressure. That's right. All these friends,
could be pressure on their families back home. You never know.
Yeah.
There's a good get out clause.
Yeah.
Instead of the old "I'm addicted" one.
Yeah, that's right. Folks, we're getting ready to go to the live watch along, so please join us. The link is pinned in the chat. I'm going to throw it right here as well right now, current in the chat. Go to that link, subscribe to that channel, and of course join us for the live match watch along. If you happen to not click on those, it should redirect you to that stream, but sometimes YouTube is not the greatest, the sharpest tool in the box on some things, so it might not. But welcome JK too. First time I'm seeing you. We'll be in the Conference League. Help or hinder attracting world class players. Welcome to the chat. Follow us to our neutral channel to do the live along. Thank you for subscribing to this one.
Won't hinder.
That's right. And so let's go watch the FA Cup final, folks. Follow us right now. We'll go live in a minute. Come on, City. Let's go. Hit the link. Let's go, folks.